and see as we jump into this right now.
Map number 2, Nuke underway here. Rare Atom and HUMMER. And for Rare Atom, they do get that CT-sided start. We saw HUMMER struggle so much earlier. And their T side of Nuke looks like they want to go for a pop towards the upper site here. Mercury is holding with the dualies. Looks to maybe mantle up top of Hut instead of hold close. Find the swing, but nothing more. ZQK picks up where he left off in finding a frag, and now Mosaic forced away. Advent up above, chipped down as well. And HUMMER Esports storm into the site. They have their space, and this retake is going to be very difficult. No kit on any of these three players, and no util to speak of either for Rare Atom.
Yeah, and this is great for HUMMER, right? They all were going for those outside looks consistently, as Haul said as well. And now, well, they just went right in towards a site from Hut, and they get the last kills here as well. ckzao and Delboni wrapping up the pistol round with a pretty bow. Some great aggression coming through there, and Rare Atom don't have the response. The great thing about this to get that pistol round on T side is you can build up those T rounds early on in the half because they are very hard to come by on Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, Nuke, it sure is a CT-sided map, but
yes,
when the momentum is rolling, even if you're on that T side, you can really string rounds together. And I mean, we saw how well that momentum was working for HUMMER in map number 1.
Yeah, and I think teams have adapted very well to Nuke here on their T side, and T sides in particular, right? And they've been able to have some good strats come through in the sense that if you got the ball rolling, like you were saying, if you have the momentum on your T side, definitely you can even start to find the rounds and even win halves.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in this one, off to a pretty strong start for Rare Atom. They're able to take down Dinoco, and now for HUMMER Esports, it's about trying to find another way into this one. Nakalil actually getting recovered by Advent, so this round's starting to look quite risky.
JamYoung waiting here in ramp, and he's going to fire a shot. He's got the information, and he immediately falls back. Advent has picked up the Leo as mentioned from Dinoco, and JamYoung with the strafing headshot onto Showtime. 5v3 in favor of Rare Atom. They are making this work, and JamYoung a second. He is nailing some nutty shots right now. It's up to ZQK and Delboni to save the day, and only ZQK. The Deagles rattling off to great success here for Rare Atom. And ZQK does have the bomb in his back and gets that headshot, so that means at least he should have a bomb plant here, unless they come up the vent and deny him. That won't occur, but it's very much possible for Rare Atom to close this one out with 2 AKs, and they will! JamYoung, the hero here with 3 frags and tying up the scoreline immediately.
Great way to reinstill confidence there. If you are Rare Atom, you get stomped out. And pretty much flawless streak for HUMMER to run things back on Mirage and able to win out on a lesser buy. Advent the one to get things started. Great spray there with the CZ, and JamYoung really the hero. Whew, just beautiful shots with Deeg.
Unreal. Mosaic as well. Took a few more from him, but he still managed to get the job done with the headshot, and JamYoung at the end.
He gets the style points.
Yeah, he gets the style points. There's no doubt. Rare Atom, though, they get a lot of points for picking up that round and shutting down HUMMER immediately after the pistol round. That could be a momentum shifter if they're able to capitalize on it and pick up a few in a row here and build up their economy early on that CT side. Smoke gonna fly through here and pop off right outside of ramp. ZQK is lining up that nade to be dunked onto the A site through the window. Not gonna toss it just yet, and may decide not to toss it at all, as HUMMER Esports are leaning more towards that outer yard. Again, you know, they talked about it before on the desk. They have to move away from the outer yard hit repeatedly. It is an important factor on you. You can't get away from it, but don't be too readable.
Yeah, and that was clearly at least one of the multitude of issues they faced up against the home team of the Movistar Riders just earlier today. Dinoco has been able to have a hero rifle dropped over for him in this round. Full armor to back that up. Helmet as well as... We'll stay slow for a moment. HUMMER Esports just trying to feel out if Rare Atom is going to give anything away. Mercury has actually gotten close here, in towards a Hut, tucked in the tight corner with the MP9. And against the pistols, potent position to hold. Noise is being made as again, HUMMER Esports will re-wrap outside.
Yeah, they're going to have to try peek this in, and there's the punishment. Mosaic takes down Dinoco, and now Showtime's going to try and get the trade, but eventually just works his way into secret, which could be a good thing, as ZQK up close takes down Mosaic, upgrades himself to an AK, and now we have a 4v4 that gets a lot more interesting with HUMMER Esports getting the space, and ZQK just charges up the ladder into heaven, finds Kaze on the move there, and gives the man advantage to HUMMER. What an aggressive play coming through at the exact same time as HUMMER Esports go towards that B site. Mercury has the read here on the player that dropped into the vent. He's probably going to hear him. Not really. I mean, visibility was gained, but it doesn't look like Delboni wants to deal with him. Now he turns around, but it's too late. And then Mercury does go down to ckzao. That's a big play coming through from the HUMMER esports player to really tilt things in favor of HUMMER.
Yeah, chaotic round from HUMMER in this one, but getting that player outside, up the ladder, taking the CT in that position down, and even throwing that one way that you normally see just used by the CTs to retake, to actually take space towards A and allow that vent dive to be all the more effective. Really impressive round out of HUMMER. That's the stuff that you just can't really prepare for.
It was, yeah, absolutely. Just a very aggressive play, charged right out into the faces of Rare Adam. And I mean, very back and forth in the early goings. Not usually something you see on Nuke. Usually when the CTs are able to get back into it and find that round, they can find their footing. But no, HUMMER esports immediately denying. And perhaps the force by war will begin here. Are Rare Adam going to jump into this one? They have the A1S save. That's the key one, I think. Once CQK gets that, and after that CQK finds Kaze, it's just the round is over. Even though ckzao needed a little bit of 2K there to get the job done. And we are going to see the force buy come through. So force buy wars have begun. Rare Adam going to get the MP9, the Deagle, the CZ, the Scout, and the A1S.
Going towards Mercury in this round, the only man with a full rifle available, the A1S in his hands. Kaze as well to find value with the Scout outside, but misses the initial shot, and CQK too wise to repeat in towards that angle as, again, a bit of pressure applied outside from HUMMER, but largely just taking space in towards the lobby.
Yeah, as Mercury's going to go out here in too many. Looking for something. He charges out to the other. Sees the wall of smokes come up. This is a diversion for the most part. Mercury does take down Denoco, who was the lone player there, and if he charges out, he will gain information. He's not going to. He wants to play it passively. JamYoung's got the information. He has the audio cues. He's got visibility on players. They're charging towards him, and the reinforcements will almost certainly come through now. You have Mosea close by. Advent in the smoke being cheeky, and he will take down Delboni.
Big pick to find in this one. Another round starting to slip away from HUMMER. Advent on the repush here. He's facing up against the AWP. It's a favorable duel, trying to get a kill off the wallbang. And while the HP is low, it's going to actually be a reswing. Bold attempt there, but the shotgun off, and it does not work out. Advent looking to find another as Mercury finds the pinch from up the vent. And now ckzao, he's alone. Pretty much the same position that we saw in that previous round for HUMMER esports, but this time he is spotted. He is locked out towards the ramp, not looking the right direction. Does find the adjustment onto Advent. Now 1 versus 3. This could be doable.
ckzao. Possibility, but time really not on the side. Only 11 seconds left, and at this point, he's just looking to get frags or just save the AK into the next round. So the force buy wars continue here. And it will be Rare Adam taking the win. And on top of that, they got the AK, they got the AWP in JamYoung's hands, and the A1S from Mercury carried over to this next round. So it'll definitely help their economic footing. I think HUMMER esports goes for it again. I mean, they have the AK saved up. Just buy up. Here we go. Yep, it's going to happen. Who will come out on top as HUMMER? Want to try for a better showing than that previous round delivered. Kaze, though, with the big green, could be a difference maker into this one. We'll see where he decides to post up. Looks like he is going to be headed towards Big Garage, which makes sense, you know, trying to deny that outer play. HUMMER, if they watched the previous match, which I'm sure they did, saw how much HUMMER liked to go towards outer yard. So, no, actually, he just throws utility and then is going to back off in towards ramp.
Yeah, ZQK again. Posted on the same line he was in the previous round. Top Marshmallow this time. Only the Scout to work with, but no one testing him. You noticed even in that previous game against Movistar, HUMMER sometimes starting slow with that pressure outside, just posting up their off, waiting, seeing if they'll get anything before kind of finding that wall of smokes in the late rounds to claim that space. Smokes will rain again. Towards outside, allows the player to walk on up. This is where things started to go wrong in the round previous. An A1S kill to shut down Denoco. And this one, no one in position to spray, but Messiah in towards back of Big Garage could find something big, and that he does. And unsuspecting Denoco goes down. The AWP shot, or excuse me, just the Scout missing out all the same. It's CQK down to low HP. Same to be said. Messiah and ckzao up top needs to find the trade for his fallen teammate. Good flashes for Mercury to be able to find that one on through, but ckzao does get the necessary kill.
Ah, great response from Kaze. Delboni's down. Mercury gets showtime, and it looks like, well, yeah, there we go. Force by words ended. Rare Atom coming out on top, and HUMMER Esports going to be on the save into this round. So back and forth, it finally ends, at least maybe. You know, HUMMER Esports could still buy up some pistols here, but given their economy, I think it's just going to be Glocks, maybe a little bit of utility.
So many of these rounds just being decided by that control outside. In that one, it was the player holding deep in towards Big Garage, able to pick up one. Support comes in for the second kill. At that point, the round was all but over for HUMMER Esports. They had to make a heroic play in towards the upper bomb site, and it was well defended by Rare Atom with just the pistols. It's again going to be a similar play. Try and fight outside. Kaze will be happy to farm up a few of these kills on towards the Glocks. Takes his first. And trying to see if he can get another shot. Spots a player out on the cross, but trying to play this one a little bit cautious, not wanting to give that op away, as JamYoung and Mercury now in positions to support, and this round should go flawlessly in the favor of Rare Atom.
Yeah, done and dusted. 4-2 for Rare Atom. And a reminder for you guys, the first map was picked by Rare Atom and HUMMER Esports dominated there. Perhaps we'll get the opposite here on Nuke, although it is CT side and CT sided, I should say. So not too surprising to see Rare Atom get this one. And HUMMER have been very threatening when they've had those rifles in their hands, which they're going to have again. 4 AKs and the Galil this time, about half the usual utility, maybe a little bit more than that. And that wall of smokes is going to be tossed immediately by HUMMER. Showtime is the tip of the spear. He's trying to find some opening frags, and Mercury actually, I think, stepping a little bit too far there into some utility and goes down to 68. He's also taking a fight with Delboni, but Advent just charges right into his face and manages to take him down, giving Rare Atom the early 5v4. And this time, it's Rare Atom getting aggressive on their CT side.
Oh, and Big Garage, though. The raid is there. They're aware of the possibility of Messiah, but it does not matter. ckzao goes down regardless, well held in that space. This round dismantled from the very onset. Showtime just walking into the same player will find the better. And Messiah, so at least into a 2 versus 4, but that weaponry still less than stellar. Only one flashbang across both these players, and while Kaze does only find the tag on that initial shot, it's enough to confirm that information that Showtime is still trapped in towards Big Garage.
CQK knows there's a player on top of HUD and does manage to get that headshot onto JamYoung. So still possible here for HUMMER. Time is on the clock. Advent will get Showtime after Showtime finds one, though. So that makes it a 1v2. For CQK, will be able to stick this bomb to dirt, but does he realize there's a player above him is another question. He will get peeked out here very shortly, you have to imagine. Trying to predict the player will come through either Squeaky or Vent, and has positioned himself pretty well. In fact, Heaven will be given up by Rare Atom here. Trying to make some noise, and he's repositioned into a great spot now into Squeaky. Advent spotted him out, so the double peek's coming through, and yeah, once they get that information, ZQK is dead to rights, and HUMMER will lose the round, but at least the well-fought one, and makes it expensive for the Rare Atom side.
Yeah, patient there from Advent, just holding his face down below towards the vent, waiting for that opportunity, baiting out the information for his teammate, and setting themselves up in a winning position for that 2 versus 1. Great round there out of Rare Atom. For HUMMER, though, the money is now looking pretty rough. They're back down to the pistols on this one. We'll be able to upgrade into at least a Tech 9, maybe a couple Deagles. They're going to be taking the tactical timeout on top of it.
Yeah, last time the timeout yielded a lot of rewards for HUMMER.
I mean, that was the whole start of the swing.
Exactly, 13 rounds in a row. So perhaps that's what's going to happen here for them again. They're trying to repeat history here on map number 2, and it was sort of a similar start. Obviously a little bit closer on Mirage, but Rare Atom did have that lead that was just stolen away from them. Let's see if a few more T-side rounds can be built up by HUMMER, as they'll be back into action. The timeout has ended. They've talked things over. They know what they're going to do, and that will be, as of right now, 4 Tech 9s and the Deagle. This could indicate a quick pop, either out of HUT, as was successful on their pistol round, or maybe they're going to just try and get in towards the lower vents and try to get a quick plant onto that B site.
You have surprisingly impressive eyesight, being able to see that all the way through our screen, in towards the screen, in the venue, to read off the buy. Impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just the pistols out in this one for HUMMER Esports, as Rare Atom again are wary of a push towards outside. They won't have a player in Big Garage this time, instead conceding that space. Just holding Mercury in close so we can support either outside, or if this hit comes in towards upper, which it will. Denoco actually to open things up. Messiah there for the trade, though. Mercury as well in support, and the shutdown is there. ZQK will get nothing more. The 1 kill, all HUMMER will be able to claim.
They tried for that quick execute, but the smoke onto Mini was not good. There was a gap there, and Rare Atom were able to exploit it very easily, and after that, well, it's just all rear Adam. No chance for HUMMER to come through. I like the effort, like the idea, but utility just a bit off the mark. So 4-round lead gain from rear Adam. HUMMER, after that half buy, are back to their proper buy up with those 4 AKs and the op coming through from ZQK. ZQK was very integral in their win on Mirage, in particular in their comeback, right, on their CT side. But now, let's see if he can make some noise for himself on T side of Nuke, which is far from easy.
Kaze posted outside again, but that AWP, he's been finding a lot better success in this game than in map number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, the economy definitely helping in that regard, but once that off gets out in his hands, he's been finding a lot of effect.
And also more chances to use it on CT
sure.
side, right? On Mirage, they only had a few rounds and it was over. So, yeah, definitely. JamYoung getting this util ready to be tossed. Should he spot out anyone, as soon as he sees a body, it's going to be thrown on forward. Wall of smoke's going to come out for the outer yard simultaneously here. And actually not quite a wall of smokes yet, just a couple. The third one will eventually arrive.
Ooh, this is weird.
Yes, yeah, he's in a really good spot.
Yeah, that he is. Noko actually excellent on that swing to find the CT defending over towards T-Red. Now Kaze in trouble. Will find a shot past the molly. Smokes himself off. He can swing for another here. Showtime did take down JamYoung anchoring towards the ramp. So now Kaze has to be worried about outside, and in conceding that space, it's Noko picking up everything else. Kaze now left alone, a 1 versus 4. Great turnaround from HUMMER Esports. Again, they're conditioning with those smokes outside. They take the duel in that space. Their lurker able to pick off 1, and then the fight over towards the ramp successful to claim this round.
Yeah, Kaze now isolated. They know where he could be with that nade being tossed him down to 42. He's just going to hold it, though. He knows that he has a pretty advantageous position that can only be really flushed out by utility. Denoco has another nade. Maybe they'll toss it forward to see if they can find him. It'd probably take a perfect one to get the frag here. This Kaze, yeah, I mean, he's posted up for a player to come up ladder. If he comes out of yard, he could take him as well. And, well, they're probably just going to fall off this fight. Kaze needs to eventually retreat to avoid dying to the bomb. And he will be successful in doing so. He survives and keeps the op up and running, which is important. But finally, HUMMER Esports stopped the round win streak.
That they do, back on the board. Let's see if they can convert a streak off of it, though, because that round, not necessarily the most repeatable. It was a bit of building off the conditioning they've made with those outside smokes, a couple good frags, a missed opportunity from the opera of Kaze, all aligning to swing that round in towards their favor.
Showtime. Working out her yard here. Admin can spam through Squeaky, but here comes the smoke from HUMMER. They're trying to go for that quick execute again, potentially. JamYoung and Mercury, though, get in their faces. Mercury's charged all the way out into lobby. Finds the 2K. ZQK is just looking the wrong way. Just didn't expect Mercury to make that bold of a play. And Rare Adam are right back to their winning ways here in the early goings. Just reducing the HUMMER Esports squad to only Denoco and Showtime, who have to fully reset into T-Spawn. They have zero map control. Such
a great job there out of JamYoung and Mercury.
Yeah.
Just a 2-man lobby crunch to take down 3 from HUMMER Esports. I was talking about maybe HUMMER trying to change something up to find consistency in these rounds, but instead it's Rare Adam to change the pace, show us a new look, something that they were very much struggling with back on Mirage, but does not seem to be an issue here on the CT side of Nuke. Showtime already down, and Denoco, the sole man left alive. A few opponents are wounded, and he has suspicions that someone's close in towards the lobby, but with 45 seconds left, you're pressed all the way back in towards T-Spawn. Yeah. This one can be incredibly difficult.
Not an easy ask at all, and he has to make the play soon. Loss bonus is pretty much there, so he can try to go for this one, no problem. Denoco, yeah, nothing. Almost lines up the headshot onto Advent, but 1 bullet short of taking him down. That means Rare Adam will indeed secure that 7th, and their economy is looking quite rosy now. Kaze in particular at 13.6K, and Advent along with Mosea not, well, quite far behind, but still they're looking good at around 4K each. But this is the push. That's the difference. Mercury just moves in, and just no expectation from HUMMER Esports that he would continue his trek down there. 11th round of play. HUMMER, with the loss bonus, are still able to buy up comfortably.
Ooh, another different round.
Yeah.
They'll push on forward here. Advent up above. What a drop. He's able to find a double off of it. So focused on the push towards outside, but over towards A, things are all falling apart. Mercury looking for more, but Showtime is able to take him down in this one. Showtime now looking to wrap back around, try and claim any space, but
Mosea.
It's a wrap upon wrap. Mosea in the backline should be able to claim at least one here, waiting for his opportunity. He spots the edge of a single player, takes the shot, and now it's down to just Showtime. JamYoung there on the swing to finish things out. Only one position that the man could be. Rare Adam again making these changes. That one, they were pushing a player deep in towards outside. Again, continuing that aggression in towards lobby. These change of paces have been working so well.
Yeah, HUMMER just doesn't have a response as of yet. Once more, they should be able to buy up into this round, but it might be a little more limited. You got a couple of Galils, and I'm not sure what Denoco has on the ground for himself. Perhaps a Galil, or there's the AK. Yeah, so he's got the AK. Not too shabby of a buy-up in terms of guns, but utility is extremely limited. They might be done with smokes before they even get to a bomb site here. Excuse me, as Delboni has the only one remaining. CQK looking for that opening frag towards outer yard. He has been decent here for his squad, but definitely looking for an opener to try and get this round in their favor. Kaze full blind, doesn't matter, rattles off a shot, gets one, Mercury the second, and a 5v3 again in favor of Rare Adam. This time a little more passive, a little more disciplined, but HUMMER Esports walk into their crosshairs, and again, not really having much cover from the smokes due to the limited utility.
Yeah, that brings into question, is it worth it to be investing that heavily in towards the AKs in a round like this to lose out on those smokes? Because it feels like if this round slips away, it could have just been off of not having that cross smoke. Losing two players off of it, but still, round's not over. Showtime does still have the AWP in hand. He's suspicious of Mercury's position in towards mini. If he could capitalize on this player, or even take down JamYoung in towards spawn, could be great, but should they not suspect it, that crossfire, incredibly potent. Showtime backing forward towards JamYoung's position. And Mercury yet to make contact, straight in towards the back of JamYoung. And the patience. He wants a second. We'll line it up. A double for JamYoung. ckzao alone. He's been heard. He's been noted. And Mercury's holding the line. A clean round again for Rare Adam.
That's literally JamYoung waiting for the lineup to come through as he saw both players and fired away. Almost a collab, but it was two shots that it took to take down both those players, and Rare Adam are cruising along. Completely overlooked was JamYoung at the end of that round, but it starts here. Good flashbang thrown, right? But Kaze had the timing, and of course there was always the visibility there. That one was nutty. But look, Rare Adam have dominated here since that forced buy war in the early going. They've only given up one round to HUMMER, who are back onto their pistols and don't really have much that's working for them. It feels like a repeat of their previous match here on Nuke.
It brings into question, how many rounds can they actually claim? How many rounds to make this one a bit more winnable? JamYoung just continuing his dominance for the round previous. He'll spray away on towards 3, and Showtime again left alone in this one. But I mean, returning to my question, they'll have guns back up in towards this round. At 5, the best they could do. I mean, do you have faith in them rallying things back if they can pull even 4 here?
I don't know. I mean, it really has been quite dominant from Rare Adam. I don't think they're going to shy away from taking some aggression here into HUMMER. It'll be up to HUMMER to be perhaps a little bit more patient, slow down the pace of play for themselves, and not always be trying to go for those quick executes, because, you know, if they're so laser focused on just trying to get into the bomb site and not really think about what Rare Adam can do in response, then they're going to continue losing rounds here for the remainder of this half, which only features 2 more. They need to get a bit of a comeback. You're right, 5 rounds, certainly possible, but it feels like the momentum has swung heavily in favor of Rare Adam.
This time, at least, full utility to work with for HUMMER Esports. I mean, they've been deploying these smokes practically every round. I cannot think of a single round where they've actually gotten a player down secret and found effect off of that. Well, maybe one in the early game? It's not even their priority, really.
This is actually the first time they've done the deeper wall of smokes, right, between Mini and Big Garage. So that's a little bit of a different look, but you're right. They haven't really gone towards secret much at all, even off of those. So this time they do send a couple of players. Sorry, only one player going down there. I take that back. It's 2. There we go. I'll get it right eventually.
I think it's actually 3. They're all stacked on top of each other. They're turtling on up.
The radar's deceiving me right now, but...
yeah, but you're absolutely right on that routing. So often it's been exactly what we're seeing here with the Nako, wrapping back up towards the heavens, providing space there. But in this one, it will actually be a secret push. Pretty heavy. This is different from HUMMER, but was in the corner actually cleared. Great shot and great awareness out of Delboni.
Yeah, Rare and I'm taking their foot off the gas pedal for a moment, and Hummer capitalizing. JamYoung's going to have a peek here. He's coming back towards ramp to see what's happening. He's just communicated that no one is in hell, so he's going to fall back in towards the B site. And looking around for some targets, which he will find very shortly. Showtime right behind those double doors, just waiting for the reinforcements to come through. And they're going to likely open this up very shortly. JamYoung managed to get the shot onto Showtime, and the follow-up on Delboni finally shut down by ZQK. But that makes it a 3v3 and now a 3v1. What a response there by Hummer, immediately charging into the B site with authority. And now ckzao, who's been critical on their round victories, gets himself another multi-kill.
Feels like the win condition for Rare Adam has been denying that space outside, pressuring Hummer in these early rounds with their aggressive plays. That has been what has kept this streak going. And in this one, they slow things down, play far more passive a player, tucked in towards the close corner instead of asserting space in towards secret. Yep. And I mean, the Brazilians punish that. They find space early, are able to pinch in towards this B site and play the round on their own terms.
Need to see more of that for them. 5 rounds would be much better. Of course, anything's better than only picking up 3 on your T side. ZQK looking around there, and are Rare Adam going to go back to that aggression that found them the success for so many rounds in a row? Looks like they're thinking about it. Mosea now moving his way into ramp. Still pretty passive. And they're going to wait for Hummer to come to them. Interesting decision considering how well the aggression worked for them. They just don't seem interested anymore.
No, not at all in this one. We talked about their changes of pace, at least. More rapid pace earlier in this half, but they're slowed down. JamYoung, though, looks like he wants to go back to it. Actually gets bogged by the smoke, so he's been hurt, has to fall away. Really unlucky for JamYoung.
It was intentional. He wanted to block the smoke so that the wall of smokes wouldn't come through.
I think you're right, because now look, there's an offer posted up, and it works so well. Kaze able to take the shot onto Showtime, and I mean, now that whole outside play falls apart.
That's impressively done there by Rare Adam, throwing Hummer for a loop here. Kaze watching with the off here, and it's actually going to be ckzao to find Mosea, and now a lot of space gained by Hummer Esports. That is going to force the op of Kaze to back off and leave it up to his teammates towards that B side to do damage. Mercury's looking the wrong way, and Denoco will punish, even though Mercury started to drift back in his direction. JamYoung repeaks it, does even out the numbers, but Hummer Esports are charging in. They have control of this B site. JamYoung, oh, spam would be good here, but he doesn't connect on the frag before the bomb gets planted. Hummer have 2 players on notice.
The only healthy man left. Delboni up above, holding on the rafter. JamYoung will be smoked off, but the spam finishes the job onto ZQK. Advent here as well. Delboni dinked down the HP, continuing to worsen. He needs to find this kill. Over towards the ramp, and his teammate is tucked in close. Things are getting dangerous, but ckzao, another and up above.
Wow.
Delboni again on the close. Hummer Esports able to just barely sneak a 5th round out, and now a possibility for a 2-0 if they can rally back on their CT side straight after this break.
Some way, like I might be stuck in a dream. Let's stay here till the day breaks. Feeling like I never wanna leave. Keep moving till the sunrise. You're taking my mind out to sea. Fall in love at low tide. I'm thinking we should never leave. So, let's keep going till the night is almost gone. Cause I feel like singing let's keep going till the night is almost gone. Cause I feel like singing Now we've been the sunlight. All that matters now is you and me. So let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing dynamite. Got plenty of reasons to take you home. Shining bright with those diamond eyes. Ain't no way I'm ever letting go. Boy, I'll be loyal to you. No need for drama. Feel royal with you. Cry like Impala. Is it important for you?
10-5 at the half here is Rare Adam looking to take us to a third. Tournament life on the line for both of these squads, and an opportunity for HUMMER Esports to close if they can complete this comeback here on Nuke.
I honestly thought that Rare Adam had that 11th round in their back pockets, but somehow HUMMER managed to pull it back. And again, ckzao, a critical piece in that round. He has been so very important for HUMMER Esports. We'll see if that trend continues here into the second half. But with those 5, it really does change the fortunes and possibilities here for HUMMER Esports, who tend to trend better on their CT sides, of course, on Nuke than their T sides. Mercury is going to get that opener here. HUMMER trying to get that pistol round under their belts, and if they get it and convert off it, I mean, we pretty much probably got a 10-8. I don't want to get too confident about that because of what happened in that first half with the force buys and the back and forth play. But yeah, bomb's going to get planted here regardless of the man advantage for HUMMER, though.
Oh, and look at Kaze. He actually has a late lurk over towards the ramp. This backstab could be big, but that is relying on his teammates holding towards his side. What is that? Denoco falling from the sky, and he's still able to take down Advent. Oh no, Kaze's fumbling. He'll get a knife kill. What is going on? The spaghetti's on the floor, and JamYoung is in a 1 versus 2. P250 full HP, and he's getting pinched from 2 sides on the reload, getting chased, and still he's somehow living, but not for any longer. Showtime will stick. The defuse will just barely come through, and somehow HUMMER will take the round.
That was a weird one. We got a mid-air deagle headshot, a ridiculous one on HUMMER's side, and then a knife from Kaze. What even happened? I guess just ran out of bullets
play to get money in towards the second round.
It's good money for him, for sure. But unfortunately, they do lose the round. But you're right. I mean, you get the knife kill, you have the bomb plant. He can probably get a
I saw him buy an AK before we went in towards the replay.
He absolutely should be able to get an AK and a good utility set as well. So, unbelievable. Just a desperate play here. And he almost gets the second one, too. He connected on one slash.
He connected at least one slash. Yeah. There's a moment there where he could have done it, but what a shot. We need to take a moment to breathe here, but HUMMER Esports just not allowing it there as CQK takes 1 second as well. He is popping heads with the scout.
Wow, impressive work for the scout here on the HUMMER Esports side, and Rare Adam do indeed force up here. The thing is, they've already lost one of their rifles. That's Kaze. And only one remains. Mercury. Delboni gets the information, spots them out, likely will call for the reinforcements towards ramp room. As he retreats himself, CQK's got the scout, and he's going to look for some targets to potentially come into help because they don't know if Rare Adam are going to wrap. In fact, Rare Adam are not even going to take the space that they're given. They're trying to come back to the lobby. This is a huge mistake because look who's there. It's the man of the match, ckzao, to get a 2K and another multi-kill round going his way. 3 more on the board. Rare Adam have hit double digits. Excuse me. That is not true. It is 7 rounds picked up by HUMMER. I'm a little tired right now.
It's been a long day. All
yeah,
good. Math
I'm
is
crossed up.
You know, 7's like 3 away, close enough. If you like separate it out, you can make like a 1 and then like flip it over. That's another 1. Basically 11. Good enough. Yeah. Tough one there for Rare Adam, though. Pretty heavy investment in towards that round. They get nothing out of it. So down to just the pistols here. Couple P250s, but CQK again looking to find some damage with that scout. Seems to just be a pop towards upper, but utility for the moment delaying on the HUMMER side.
Alrighty, Dinoco's gonna get the opener a second. ckzao with third, and another multi-kill for him too this time. Could even find himself the last one onto Advent, and this is just pretty much all HUMMER as would be expected. Just these chaotic rounds, Mimi. Got me all thrown for a loop as Advent is going to get taken down. ckzao, a 3K. He's up to 18, dominating the scoreline on his team. Almost tied with JamYoung on the other side, who has matched him blow for blow. But he is at 19, 1 ahead. Rare Adam will be on their buy-up, but good for HUMMER. They get the pistol round. They convert the next 2 off of it, even though with some chaos coming through in between. But yeah, that's what they needed to do to get back into this one.
Yeah, those multi-kills have really kept HUMMER Esports alive, especially in that first half. Despite having a tough go at things on their T side, it was so often ckzao keeping them in some of those close rounds. But here again we go. Outside fast. Showtime is here. A1S, but cannot find the spray. Mercury takes him on the other side, though. ckzao has a little better luck as he takes down 1. However, space has been lost for HUMMER Esports in towards the bottom side.
Yeah.
The player has infiltrated. That was the deep push through Secret. Mosiah is still outside, but I think no. ZQK trying to find a shot. And another connection with the scout to even the odds back to a 3 versus 3. Delboni as well. Still anchoring on the site. He's up above.
Oh,
he hears
no.
the footsteps. He hears it all. But JamYoung on the shutdown. And again, it gets into a tough spot here for HUMMER. The scout will try and make it work on the retake, but it's just a tag. And now 1 versus 2. Everyone is on 1 HP.
Almost, yeah. 4 for ckzao, 4 for Mercury,
Single bullet.
14 for Kaze. Single bullet indeed. ckzao very much could clutch as he spotted out, though, and there's that lone bullet that was needed. Rare Adam come through just barely at the end there, managing to get the job done, but both teams have been tightly contesting these past few rounds.
Still, HUMMER are feeling fine with that one.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a full bonus round. It was a full bonus round towards that one. The full buy will come on out. CQK, AWP in hand. Rare Adam. Let's see where they want to go with this one.
Nade gonna get tossed on forward. This is gonna be a quick hit from Rare Adam, I think. They're trying to posture themselves in towards Hut. ckzao is waiting to punish. They come out into the crosshair of Dinoco. ckzao is fully blinded, but they haven't cleared him. And Dinoco's doing work. He's given the space and the time, but he does get taken down. That said, Dinoco is right there for the immediate trade. 3K for him. Kaze does manage to make some noise towards the outer yard and makes this round winnable. And they do have the B site. Bomb gets planted. This is chaos once more. JamYoung tries to get a follow-up. Cannot do it, and it will be HUMMER to close out the round. Wow.
Yeah, great work out of HUMMER on the denial there. I think the critical error was that Molly. It left a gap. A player was able to hold top Hut. I believe got 2 for his trouble in that position. And while that bomb did make it down towards the lower site, no time for the team to join the planter in JamYoung. So defuse to come on through, and the gap lessened to 2. Rare Adam have to start getting a little bit nervous in this one.
Yep. Only 1 round gained here on this second half so far. This time it was Dinoco popping heads. He gave ckzao so much time by finding those 2 frags, let him stay alive on top of Hut, but at the end of the day, it's Dinoco doing all the work to make sure that no one would set foot on that A site.
I thought it was ckzao doing that work, because you even saw they were looking. They were so distracted by the player top Hut. No one was looking towards the player in the back of sights, and just those little issues start to come back to haunt you. Still, Rare Adam does have a full buy in towards this round, at least close to one. A little on 1 player, and the utility a bit lacking. They'll rain the smokes in outside and look to take space there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, ckzao just staying alive in that position gives them an advantage, but Dinoco ensuring that the bodies hit the floor. Delboni looking in towards...
Had a gap. No.
Admin. Yep, sorry?
Oh, I just thought he might have had a gap to exploit there. It was just an inch away to be able to find something with that AWP up top.
Kaze, there's the opening frag for Rare Adam to find the space, and Advent's also found himself a gift. That's the ramp room. He's going to move his way in forward, trying to get into that B site, which is positioned by HUMMER. They got 2 players postured there to try and deny a push, so they're giving up the ramp room, hoping that Rare Adam will walk into what could be a trap. Denoco and Showtime waiting on default here at the A site. Denoco is watching HUD, and Showtime's looking above into heaven. They don't really have much presence in the outer yard, which is definitely to the advantage of Rare Adam, who are going to try and poke their way through HUD, in fact. Not really using that space at outer yard just yet.
Oh, and look at Mercury. He has a position to flank from up above here. Made his way all the way through the yard, but it might not even matter because the hit out on towards the site, incredibly effective. JamYoung and Mercury both finding openers. HUMMER already locked out of this one. Only 2 players left up. We'll just look to save these rifles in towards the next.
I mean, that's the problem with having 2 players stuck on default there on the A site. You don't have any visibility into Squeaky from HUD, and it's always important to try and, not from HUD, Squeaky from back vents. And
sure.
You always want to have a player towards those vents to try and deny a push, but they just got stuck there at a certain point, and realizing how much space they had to give up, they gambled, said, look, we'll tuck behind here, look up towards heaven, look into HUD. If they come there, hopefully we win the fights. Unfortunately for them, it was a heavy presence at Squeaky that didn't have any info on, and Rare Adam are able to capitalize.
Flawless round as well. Great for Rare Adam's economy to not only build towards their 12th here, but to keep all these guns online, as HUMMER Esports should still be able to pummel some kind of a buy together here, but bar those 2 rifles, it's not going to be too much to work with. This is looking like a great opportunity for Rare Adam to start to build some rounds on this T side.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is that we're just going to see those 2 rifles come up, maybe surrounded by pistols.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, over-investing into this round won't necessarily be to the benefit of HUMMER, so they need to play it a little more patiently, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Just USPs for Denoco, NZQK, and Showtime have the 5-7. Little bit of utility, but no Molotovs to stop a quick push, and we'll see if Rare Adam realizes that, tries to go out. There is going to be Kaze pushing out, and a Molotov thrown by the Rare Adam side on towards top of HUD, and ckzao's been spotted out here. He's trying to find something. He knows there's 2 players zeroing in on him, 1 from silo and 1 from the outer yard, but he just can't repeat this one because he has no reinforcements to ensure a trade. He's trying to be very calculated about it.
Still, if he can find a kill in this position, that could be massive. JamYoung just out of vision. Will pop his head up. ckzao finds a spot, but unable to convert. Flash trying to come in to support the molly raining in. ckzao continuing to be in a bit of trouble here. Does not yet have support outside, and still manages to find a shot. The fadeaway on towards Mercury is good. If he can get another here, that would be massive. JamYoung is low and pressuring forward, walking slowly, and a great shot out of JamYoung to even the odds. That's one of the 2 rifles down.
Yeah, ckzao just had too many angles to watch. He gambled watching the right side of the blue box, but instead it came around the left, and good job there by JamYoung to again find an opener for his team. He leads the server with 22 frags and a +10 kill to death differential. Advent moving his way down there. Oh, we might have a bit of a connection issue here. At least on our GoTV, could still be happening in the arena, but we don't have any visibility as of right now. Oh,
that is a camera frozen. Maybe the players themselves are frozen too. Everyone just paused for a moment. Something's happening in Valencia.
Yes, time has stopped. Perhaps Dr. Strange involved here.
Yeah, looks like time has paused in Valencia for a moment, so you'll come back to us here in Stockholm, and we'll try and sort that issue out as soon as possible. I'm not sure if that round will be able to come to conclusion. We'll get you guys that update as soon as possible, but to pull out a little bit wider here, I mean, that momentum being built up for Rare Adam, they are in a good position to maybe press us towards a 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rare Adam just coming out with those 10 rounds was already good enough. A very solid CT side for them, and they're fighting tooth and nail here to try and deny HUMMER. And I hear some audio coming through, so I think we're going to be back into the action soon, hopefully. But either way, yeah, Rare Adam definitely in the advantageous position to try and push this one to a 3rd map.
Sure. Yeah, trying to do so. For HUMMER, though, I mean, still a possibility. The round we just left them at, pretty tough position. Again, not sure if that one was able to close on out, but if they can just get one of these rifle rounds shut down, they're so good at holding on towards that momentum on the CT side. So we saw it back on Mirage, being able to rally in that situation. I think it comes down to getting that AWP online, trying to find some of the kind of like the aggressive ways that we're working looking for them back on that map. They haven't really had those opportunities to get a full footing on Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, ZQK on Mirage was amazing, right? He was shutting them down. Delboni and Dinoco in support as well, when they had the ops in their hands, were taking down bodies, and even with the rifles. So this time it's been the ckzao show for the most part. ZQK implicated a little bit, but ckzao up to, I believe, 21 frags now, and I mean, he's doing quite well for himself. JamYoung on the other side with 20 plus as well, and it really has been a battle between those two, wrestling for control of the match.
Yeah, I mean, for JamYoung, the step up has been very much noted here on Nuke, finding so many of those crucial entries on towards their T side here on Nuke, and as well in towards that first half, finding a lot of effect. I really like to see that they're not kind of relying too much on Kaze. That was kind of a worry when I was watching some of their stuff coming in towards this, that when that op takes over, it can kind of be the star of the show. But JamYoung really stepping up here on LAN.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I do have an update here. Okay, well, we're back into it anyway. So yeah, 13-9 in favor of Rare Adam as we jump into actually 14-9. They've won the last two. They've just somehow managed to wrestle control back. We don't have the whole story, obviously, because we didn't get a chance to watch it, but this is fantastic news for them. The economy is going to be pretty good for HUMMER Esports going into this round. They will be able to buy up. They saved up the AK, it seems, in Dinoco's hands, but they need to call a timeout because things are spiraling out of control.
Yeah, I'd imagine that was just coming off an eco. Dinoco got a kill, managed to recover that AK, bring something in towards the next. But other than that, they will have weaponry to work with. This round, though, very much a must-win for this squad. They lose out here. Their money's going to be in a tight spot, and Rare Adam will just be one away from taking us in towards the third map.
If we do get to that third map, it will be Inferno, and honestly, I feel like that could be anyone's game at this point. As you know, the way this has played out, both teams on their map picks appear to be performing better on their opponent's map picks than their own, right? So Inferno is a question mark. Obviously, this is the first time these two teams are even playing each other.
I mean, very much. So for Rare Adam, it's the first time in... I mean, is this particular team their first time playing international competition? And I mean, as the core, it has been quite a while since when these opportunities have come up. So making out the groups, winning out on this match, continuing their life at least on towards another day would be so big for them. Continue to get that experience up on a stage, compete outside of the APAC region. It means a lot for them.
And in their own region, on Inferno, it's actually their most played map over the last 3 months. They've got it played 8 times, a 5-2 record with a plus 27 round differential. So they're probably feeling pretty good about going there. If you look over at HUMMER, losing record on Inferno over the last 3 months, played it 6 times, 2-4, and a minus 11 round differential. So if we look at that, I mean, if we get there, we're not there yet, but if we do, then Rare Adam will have the edge statistically. But again, it's hard to gauge off of that because it's just in their own region that they've been playing for Rare Adam. And again, both these teams are unknown quantities in a lot of ways. Yeah,
it's really tough to make those like apples to apples or oranges to oranges comparisons when you're talking about like teams that have really only had that experience in towards their other regional teams from APAC and from Brazil respectively. But it really does kind of come down to just like setting that measuring stick, setting the standard for yourself. When you get these opportunities to compete outside of your region, showing what you're made of, finding as many maps, as close to maps as possible against a higher tier of competition that has a little bit more experience in Europe and internationally.
So just an update, looks like we're having a few technical issues once more. We are sitting at 14-9 in favor of Rare Adam. Hopefully we'll have these solved for you guys in just a little bit, but let's talk more about these HUMMER players, right? We've been seeing ZQK come out doing pretty well with the AWP. This time it's ckzao popping off, who isn't typically at the top of the scoreboard for his squad, more in a supporting role. But the players that we did see on the first map that maybe dissipated a little bit, we talked about Delboni. He is typically at the top of the scoreboard for his squad, especially over the last 3 months coming into action here into this tournament. 521 frags, plus 43 kill to death differential, and a 1.09 KDR. Showtime as well, very impactful on the squad. Best impact rating, or second best impact rating behind Dinoco at 1.13 and 29 3-kill plus rounds, including 8 4Ks and a lone ace. So we'll see if those players who have been more silent here, obviously into this map, will be able to kind of step up their game to help HUMMER Esports get back into this one, because they are definitely trying to climb up a very tall hill.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like we just got word that we should be hopping back in towards the action shortly here, and Hopefully that does come to fruition. We can get you guys back into the gameplay as fast as possible. Interesting note on HUMMER. I feel like a lot of these Brazilian teams kind of build up around that standard, pull a few experienced players who have had like those opportunities internationally a lot, and kind of build around some of that young Brazilian talent. For the side of HUMMER, though, it is a team that has a lot of pretty much all experienced players. I think everyone is like 24, 25 or over. Obviously, it's not that old, but for esports, a little bit older than a lot of these other teams are building up around. I think that's why you see a lot of the kind of consistency. They're not trying to build themselves over one crazy star who can take over the game. Every single one of these players have their moments where they step up, and I think some of that consistency can show through in that way.
I think definitely overall in the Brazilian scene, there are a lot of very mature, older players that still contribute in a very big way. And there's no reason for them not to see action on some squad or another. So that's why, you know, HUMMER Esports were able to put this squad together. So, alrighty. Still waiting to get back into things, but yeah, like I think that there's a lot of potential on HUMMER. It's just that they don't have, like Raul was mentioning on the desk, they don't have that international experience. They're playing mostly in their own region. I guess that is the case, like you alluded to earlier, for both of these squads. They need to be in more challenger tournaments, and Valencia is going to help them a lot. And anything like this to face off against teams that will help them improve their overall style of play.
And I mean, it's always going to be tough, right? Because they're fighting for their lives here, but this is not for playoff qualification. You would have to beat the loser of Movistar MIBR. I mean, we saw how Movistar did against the side of HUMMER earlier today. MIBR as well, looking good in that regard. I mean, it could be a matchup or a rematch either way, both of which were fairly controlled affairs from Movistar and MIBR respectively.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see either of these teams doing very well against Movistar, to be honest with you, if they end up getting matched against them or MIBR. It's going to be very, very tough, but yeah, like I said, I thought Rare Atom were going to have the edge coming into this one, but the fact that HUMMER was able to get that 16-4 on Mirage, and now it's the opposite case onto Nuke. It's just anything but predictable, which I think Maui alluded to at the beginning. It's really hard to get a read on what these teams are going to bring to bear. So
yeah, it's again about kind of who do you measure them against, because it's tough to make those comparisons between different regions of how these teams will actually perform internationally. Obviously, this group, I think, is a little bit more clear-cut. You're expecting Movistar, you're expecting MIBR to make it out, but while we have this pause, I suppose we can plot a little bit more generally on the tournament as a whole, because weird stuff has been happening in Group A. Furia lost one of their matches down in the lower bracket. 0-0 Nation joining them there as well. Sprout, I mean, although they lost Outsiders, found a great performance there, being able to upset Furia.
Still waiting for things to get solved, and it seems like I was really hopeful today there wouldn't be any technical issues. I'm a little cursed in that regard. I mean, you can ask Mike, maybe he'll talk about it on the desk, but it seems like every single time we're involved in any type of tournament qualifier or anything, there's always that one technical issue that comes through.
So kind, they saved it just for you.
They did. They saved it just for me. They wanted to make sure that I would at least get a technical issue that came through, so that we could be a little bit delayed and have some stuff to talk about here with you guys, as we're again still working on it. Everyone's working very fervently to try and get this resolved so we can get back into the action. But just to confirm, I do believe the players are not playing right now, and we're trying to solve things on both ends to get things up and running once more.
Yeah, and then we just got confirmation. It is, in fact, not just a pause on our end. It's not a GoTV issue. It is the players as well that are paused trying to get those issues sorted. Obviously, we're not at the venue in Valencia, so we're not entirely sure what the situation is. Again, we'll get that update as soon as possible in this one. While we wait.
Yeah.
New question for you.
Sure.
I'm going to set a story. Let's say Rare Atom closes this one out. It's looking likely. 14-9, momentum in their favor. I know we talked a little bit about your expectations in Inferno ahead of that. I mean, do you have a prediction on who could come out on top? Do you think there's a team that would match up better against either of these top seeds if they were to make it out of this matchup?
It's so hard to say, like I was alluding to earlier. Yes, if you look at the stats, statistically, I would say Rare Atom will have the edge. It was the same case for Mirage, though, and look what happened there. So I really do feel like if we get to a map 3, it could be a toss-up, probably a brawl between both teams to try and get control of Inferno. I think that one could be a very long map, should we even be able to get there. HUMMER's still a chance, though, to strike back here on Nuke. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to be easy for either squad.
Yeah, absolutely not. But Rare Atom leading 14-9. Technical issues taking a little bit of time to sort on out. So we're going to head our way to a break and get you folks back into the action as soon as possible. Please do stay with us here. ESL Challenger Valencia will return shortly.
heart? And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? 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 Your love. Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I'll give you all of my heart. If I meet you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love? I keep your picture in my room, 'cause it gets me in the mood. You still live free in my head. You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind when I am up too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. You keep slipping away. I learned the hard way. But something's gotta stay. Don't let it go to waste. Do you remember all of the long nights, warm in my bed, nightfall to sunrise? That's what you said. You held me so tight each time again. I keep your picture in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind when I am up too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. Don't win silly games. Don't leave me hanging on. Keep me hanging. Said it once, I'll say it again. Your love is what I want. Do you remember all of the long nights, warm in my bed, nightfall to sunrise? That's what you said. And you have me so tight each time again. In my room, I'll keep you safe. Don't stay away alone, pulling back and forth. Still got me paralyzed. Got what you came for. One thing that I've kept. I keep your picture in my room, 'cause it gets me in the mood. You're still free in my head. You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind when I am up too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. I keep your picture in my room, 'cause it gets me in the mood. You're still a friend free in my head. You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna Give me some clarity. First time that we met not long ago. Before you had to get back on the road, we spend every second of the day together. I remember when we talked till 3 a.m. Driving around in town in your old van. Tell stories about who we used to be. Don't we speak? I'm running circles. Since you're in my life, I can get no sleep. If you give me a sign, I'll be yours to keep. Just wanna say you're mine and make history. Cause I've been playing blind, wasting all this time, yeah, I need clarity. Give me some clarity. Waiting for your call all night and day. Where did we go wrong? Don't wanna wait until you're just a distant memory. I still feel your touch though you're not here. Since you've been gone, you're all I see. Still hear your voice, why don't we speak? I'm running circles. Since you're in my life, I can get no sleep. If you give me a sign, I'll be yours to keep. Just wanna say you're mine and make history. Cause I've been playing blind, wasting all this time, yeah, I need clarity. Give me some clarity. Yeah, I need clarity.
That same old feeling. Don't know what's right or wrong. Searching for meaning. I've been thinking about it way too long. So whatever you long for, don't give up along the way. Just don't give up along the way, you know. And cherish the moment. Come on up and just let go. Come on up and just let go.
Thank you for bearing with us as we head back into the action here at ESL Challenger Valencia. The final BO3 of the night, looking to end a little bit longer as tech pauses have delayed. But Rare Adam and Hummer ready to hop back in towards the start. We left 14-9. Rare Adam leading on map number 2 of Nuke, looking to push us to a third and push for their survival.
Yeah, they're looking quite strong, in fact, at least before we left off, and everyone was pitching in there, JamYoung in particular, but the entire squad except for Advent with a positive KDR. JamYoung at 24-13 with 112.4 ADR has been a key piece for them on both sides of the map. And now, once we get back into the action, obviously he's going to be looking to shut things down. Only 2 more rounds needed for Rare Adam to send us to a third and deciding map on Inferno. We've already broken it down a couple of times now, but my personal prediction is that both teams are probably going to be fighting, I mean, not probably, they are going to be fighting for their lives, right, trying to keep things going in ESL Valencia, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a close one if we get there.
Yeah, if we even get there. I mean, the momentum has been stunted off of that pause, so either team could really rally now. If HUMMER is able to make this comeback happen, they have an opportunity to do so. Only 5 rounds trailing. They're on that CT side, the favored side of the map, to maybe try and make this still happen on Nuke. But of course, Inferno lies in wait should it become necessary. For those of you that were waiting around, just an update, it did appear that there was a bit of a network issue at Valencia in the venue. We've been told everything is back online, everything's working, all the players are back in the server, and we're ready to hop straight back into Nuke here in just a moment.
Alrighty. Looks like all the players are jumping back into the server. They are probably raring to go. They want to get back into this map and figure out who's going to come out on top. I would say because of the momentum being completely stopped here, that the advantage that Rare Atom had is probably gone. This is a really great opportunity, despite unfortunate, obviously, for Rare Atom, who are doing so well. But it's a great opportunity for HUMMER to get themselves back into this match, especially considering they're on their CT side. And if you can start shutting down 1-2 rounds in a row, everything can start to pile on in your favor. Yeah,
that momentum can build incredibly quickly here on Nuke. And I think that for the side of HUMMER, I'm actually not sure where their economy ended, because we did miss the last few rounds on the broadcast due to those technical issues. So it kind of depends. Are they on an eco here? Do they have a buy? I believe, if my memory serves, that they were going to be able to purchase in towards this round. So should have an opportunity, if they can win here, to turn that ship back in towards their favor, start to build back in towards this map. And I mean, I guess hopefully if you're a fan of Brazil, be able to close it into. Rare Atom, though, still very much that opportunity. Only 2 rounds away from taking Nuke. Their opponent's choices, trying to complete that flip-flop of maps.
Yeah, I think we're going to be back into the action very, very shortly here, guys, to find out who will come out on top in this round here, round number 24. As I believe we'll jump in soon.
Yeah, probably just still sorting a couple things out on stage. Maybe players getting back into the server, readying on up. You know, got to make sure everything is in working order. Elimination is on the line. You want to make sure everything's in tip-top shape.
We just have an update, actually. It is now, we lost 1 round, unfortunately, but it is going to be 15-9. The delay did not deter Rare Atom at all. They picked up the round, and now we head into what will be potentially the deciding one, as HUMMER need to pull back every single remaining round in regulation just to push us into what would be our first overtime of the day, if we get there.
Yeah, I mean, talk to me about the win conditions for HUMMER, because some of these players are really coming in online in that first half. Danako was having some good moments. I think ckzao as well was really stepping up for the squad.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Danako, a little less so, I would say, than Mirage. And I already kind of mentioned this. Danoko, Delboni, and Showtime were pieces that were clicking, and even ZQK on the first map. But it's been pretty much ckzao who's been leading the charge, with a few frags spattered here and there from the rest of the squad. But I'd say in particular, ZQK with the op on their CT side, and Danoko with the rifle on their side as well, will need to come out and play very big rounds if they want to pull this one back. It is not going to be easy with how many rounds in a row now Rare Atom have pulled off of them, and they've built up their economy. So, right, even if you do pick up a round, it's still tough because you're facing off against rifles for at least, I would say, 2, probably 3 in a row on the Rare Atom side.
Yeah, I mean, that money has really built up. It's going to be a tough thing to break, especially when JamYoung has been playing as well as he has on Nuke. Before we left on towards that technical pause, this guy was popping off, I believe, topping the charts in the server, and it looks like we might actually be back in towards things. Map points here secured for the side of Rare Atom. HUMMER Esports trying to make this comeback a reality, but the weaponry looking pretty tough to do so.
Yeah, we got Counter-Strike, guys. We're here. It's been a little while, but it's back. And Rare Atom, 6 opportunities to close out map number 2. HUMMER a little limited in their buy, but sometimes when your back's up against the wall, you can make it work. MP9, 2 FAMASas, an A1S, and the AWP. Showtime's waiting here pretty far away. In fact, thought he would play up close, at least more up close with the MP9, and spams through the smoke, but it's too late. ZQK is watching here at Secret and will miss the shot. He has to back off now.
Missed opportunity in that one. Will repost. On another close line, Flash fails to push him away, but Rare Atom still playing this one pretty slowly. They have a second player positioning close. That's Mercury. Close left. Does this get cleared? Thorough out of ZQK, but not able to connect. It needs to find one. Another missed shot, and they double up. Collateral there, sprayed down by Mercury, and up top, nothing is doing for HUMMER Esports. Only one man left, and well, Delboni will be able to find one. It is looking very difficult to do so. Would require the full 1 versus 5, and Kaze already getting that plant towards the upper side.
1v4 coming through here. And no, done. JamYoung, the headshot, decisive blow, and there you have it. The delay did not deter Rare Atom at all. They had everything ready to rock, kept their focus, won the last 2, and we are indeed heading to a map number 3 on Inferno.
Yeah, we already talked a lot about the expectations in towards that map, but it's got to feel good for Rare Atom to be able to rally back in this one. Very tough Mirage for them. It was incredibly dominant out of HUMMER. Come back in towards Nuke, find a pretty impressive 10-5 in the first half.